For me, what I learned was for a man is demonstrating your respect for him and respecting some of the things he may do around the home, and even also as well as affirming the good things he has done. Because I would say in my personal life, it's easier to be like, oh, you've not done this, you've not done this, but sometimes acknowledging the good things he has done. For example, if perhaps your husband is a good father, you would say you're a good father, kind of thing. And another thing that I learned, which is similar to what Toluwani said, was understanding that men have a different thought process. So it is, they may not multitask as well the way women may, but for them, they take, when making decisions, they have to think through all the possible outcomes before they make the certain decisions.
Okay, praise God.
Can we appreciate that, please? Put your hands together, please.
I think they've said everything that I have in mind to say, but I would just add to a few things. For me, would be respect. And talking from the marriage perspective, I didn't know how the things I say can communicate disrespect. I'm like, I say the same things to my girls, and they don't feel like they are being disrespected. And just knowing that men value respect, and whatever that would look like to them, it's just you constantly. From my husband, I'll be like, "Am I respecting you well? Like, do you feel like you're respected? Do you feel like you're honored?" And he's a very blunt guy. I'll be like, "No, I don't feel you." So I feel like just constantly checking, the men in your life to see if you're communicating respect to them, and how do they view respect. And from that, from whatever they communicate to you, you start acting that out. Because when you do the opposite of what they've told you to do, they feel it as you're disrespecting them. So I'll probably just leave it there.
Can we appreciate? You're not clapping. Maybe we'll call some persons to come up. Please appreciate them beautifully. Awesome.
Thank you. All right, over to you, men.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So, reading the book, it started like kind of like making women understand the fact that women thoughts are not random emotionally. Like, because we have this feeling like, oh my God, what is she talking about again? It made us understand that women's thoughts are not random. It gave the analogy of like a swarm. Like, I don't know, for those of us who kind of like know what a swarm is, when we're going through a snap, it's like a 50-50, because given the fact that we can't see where we are going to, it's like a 50-50% chance of, oh, are we going to step on land or are we going to step in the mud? And that's how it is with like women when we're having like an argument. You have an argument with your lady and then you step out. So, like, you have an argument with your lady and then you step out and then you come back and you're thinking in your mind like all things are good and all that. And then you get in and then she hits you with we need to talk. So it's kind of like, we should not take it like, oh my God, she's about to start another argument. We should actually just listen to what she has to say and learn from it. And, and during the we need to talk phase, she kind of like gives you with do you still love me? We should just understand it as, and that kind of leads to my next point of, just because of we are married and we've said the ideals doesn't mean like we should stop the chase in sense of make her feel wanted, like make her feel loved. It's the things you were doing during the dating phase, the all texting, the calls, the flowers, the everything. We shouldn't stop it. The dates, thank you. We shouldn't stop it. Like, we should keep doing it. And, it makes her realize that, oh yeah, he still wants me. So when she gives you do you still love me? We shouldn't take it as a challenge. We should listen to what she has to say. And that also leads to my next point of, like what Toluwani said about multitasking. Yeah? A lady can keep like 47 tabs open in her mind. I remember when we had this discussion during the men's meeting, we had a really good laugh about it because we were thinking, oh yeah, my lady can talk me out of a conversation in sense of she has something to tell you and then she's going here and then she branches here and then she goes here, and then she branches again, and then she comes back to where she's going to. It's up to us men. We can't ask her not to do that. That's how our mind works. It's up to us to kind of like communicate that, oh, babe, I've lost you. Can you come back again? Something like that, you know. I mean, and also, men, don't do it like 3 times consecutively. If you've told her that, oh, I've lost you twice, just stop. The 3rd time, she'll probably take it as a challenge, like, oh, so you're not listening again, so and all that. So it's, you know what to do at those points. And so yeah, we should understand our women, and you know, it's when like I said, and it's up to us to try to help. So when she's talking about different things and all that, or maybe when you figure out that, oh, she's staring out into the space, and you're like, oh, what are you thinking about? And then she gives you the list of things she's thinking about, and you're like, oh my God, you're thinking of so many things at the same time. And she's like, yes, it's not us to kind of like challenge her or make her feel like, oh, why are you doing this? It's kind of try to help. For example, she's thinking, oh, I'm thinking about the presentation I'm doing tomorrow. I'm thinking about the kids. I'm thinking about the food we're going to eat tomorrow. We should help. It's like, we should help her by saying stuff like, oh, you know what? Don't think about the kids anymore. Don't think about the food anymore. I'm going to do them. We shouldn't say stuff like we shouldn't make her be like us and say stuff like, don't think about it, and then we are not doing anything. We should actually make the action, do something so that she can finally close the tabs in her head. Thank you.
The way all the ladies are nodding to this.
Can we have the green mics, the 2 green mics? Thank you so much.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. And first off, thank you for this opportunity. And the book was very interesting. I learned a lot about the wombed man, that is the woman. And I think I'll just share a few. The very first one is the fact that a woman can endure financial insecurity for her to keep her marriage safe and still be ensured that her marriage is still intact. That is, she can endure hardship, financial hardship, and still be very, very certain that a marriage and a relationship with her husband or her partner is still intact. Now, the second one is the fact that her emotional security is much more important than any problem she comes in contact with. So when she's sharing a problem with you, when she's sharing a difficulty with you, I think it's the part of you listening to her that goes a long way. You listening to her solves the problem. Like, the problem is completely solved if you can just listen. And it's more of her being heard and her pouring her heart out than actually the problem, because the problem is not the problem. It's just her wanting to be heard that is the problem, and you having a listening ear solves the problem for her. Thank you.
I feel like everybody has spoken on like the easy parts to say in the book. I was assigned the slightly holy-ish parts of the book. I'll do my best. First, shocker, women crave sex less than men. Therefore, sex is about warm-up. So basically, the joking, the banter, it's about creating an ambience that makes it easier for these things to happen, as opposed to guys where it's like you could have had the most stressful day and it's like, you know, what you see just like, okay, cool, this is what we are doing next. But women, it's about keeping that constant conversation during the day. It helps. Then the second chapter, well, that's chapter 7. That's the one about women and this connection to beauty, and how in the eye of the person that she loves, she wants to be constantly affirmed that I am the only person that matters to you, because women feel they are constantly in competition with every other woman outside. And it's not just enough for you to tell her, oh, we're married, or you're my fiance, or I put a ring on your finger. She wants to hear it all the time. And it's not just by saying it. She wants you to constantly affirm it with your eyes. The look you give to her, she doesn't want to see you give that look to other women. And she's watching out for that. Like, you walk into a room with other women, she's just looking at you like, I dare you, I dare. And as well, like, yes, obviously, we know women love to hear the things they want to hear, but if it's not coming from the heart, she would know as well. So I think one of the things that just got to me there is I think it really helps if you are with your type, so that when you are saying those things, you mean it when you say it. So, and then finally, the last point in the book was they do look at men, well, the men they are with, as their heroes. And I don't know if they put that in the book to kind of massage the ego of men, but when I read that line in my head, I'm like, if she's looking at me as a hero, I can't behave like a bum or like scum. Like, she looks at you this way, man. Like, get your stuff together. Like, this is a person God created in his image, this beautiful, awesome person, and she sees you as a hero. Be that. So yeah, that's...
Can I say that the men really did learn? Can we just give it to them? That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, go ahead.
All right. From what was said so far. Hi, guys. Is everybody communicating? Are we together? You're enjoying it. I'm seeing the ladies nodding their head very well. So I want to ask, I want to ask from the guys' perspective, what they were saying, was it accurate? The ladies from the crowd. Yes. Then for the guys, when the ladies were talking, was that... What was... Just please, he said no, so we want to hear.
Maybe before he... before the men respond, let me just give a little summary again of what we learned for the ladies. So number one, we learned that you guys would rather feel unloved than disrespected. We also learned that despite the fact that you sometimes look like you're in control on the exterior, you often feel like an imposter. That is, you feel insecure sometimes, and you're hoping that your inadequacies will not be discovered. We also learned that even if you personally make enough income to support the family's lifestyle, it will make no difference to the mental burden that you feel to provide. Also, we learned that your sexual desire that you want your wife to desire you sexually, and that's sexual desire that she shows towards you affects your sense of well-being and confidence in all areas of your life. We also learned that even happily married men struggle sometimes with being pulled towards life, and sometimes they have this Rolodex of images because of how the world is and the images that they're exposed to. In other words, men are very visual. We also learned that most men enjoy romance and they want to be romantic, but hesitate because they doubt that they will succeed in showing romance. And also that you want us women to know that we don't need to be a size 3, and we don't need to see you make that what you want us to see is that we are making effort to look good and to take care of ourselves. Are all of these true? And if not, tell us which one is not.
The guys.
There was one line where he said something about women desiring us is like the ultimate thing.
Yes, I can take that again. My sexual desire for my husband profoundly affects his sense of well-being and confidence in all areas of his life.
Okay, that's extreme. To a degree, but I feel like apart from just like things that affect our self-esteem, I would say how we are performing our work is up there. I don't think, my wife thinks I'm a stud, but I'm the worst performing person on the team, but I'll still feel like, oh my God, this is the best day of my life. So yes, to an extent, that you desire me makes me feel like I'm still that guy. But there are still other things that
So in other words, it's true, but not that extreme.
yeah, it's not that extreme.
Awesome.
I guess, guys, right?
All right, so let me just give a summary for the ladies. And, okay, she craves reassurance even when things are fine. Just, she needs that reassurance. I'll just read it. Say, too many women, emotional security isn't a one-time promise. Is that true? It's not a one-time promise.
No, it's not.
So it's a daily necessity. So she may look confident, but deep inside, she often asks, am I still loved? Am I still chosen? Ladies, is that true?
Yes.
All right, I said, the next one I want to just pick on is, so unlike men who can compartmentalize, women tend to think in webs, thoughts, worries, conversation, relation, they all spin at once. That means it means that you guys are seeing everything at the same time. And when you're talking, you can flow from one window, like he said, from one window to another window. All right, okay. So the next, so most men equate love with provision, and yes, that matters, but she's not moved by your paycheck if she feels emotionally alone. Is that true, ladies?
Yes.
All right, so let's okay, this other part. So when she talks, she wants connection, not correction.
100%, yeah.
Okay. So for the ladies, sex is emotional. So a man feels connected to sex. A woman needs to feel connected before sex.
Yes.
So if she feels emotionally distant, stressed, or insecure, her sexual response often shuts down, not as rejection, but as a defense. Married women, that I know singles, you're not there, you shouldn't be there. Okay. I'll read this part again. So a man feels connected through sex. A woman needs to feel connected before sex. If she feels emotionally distant, stressed, or insecure, her sexual response often shuts down, not as rejection, but as a defense. Kofu, all right, okay, I'm trying to round up. So she's insecure even if she seems strong. Most women privately battle with feeling unattractive or not enough. Culture feeds this. Silence from their husband makes it worse. That means we must tell you, oh, you're still beautiful, you're still looking, you're good. In my eyes, you're the only lady. Is that? I want to be hearing it so I can be sure. All right. She wants to be chosen again and again. She wants you to say yes, 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 always, morning, afternoon, and night. So she doesn't just want to be loved. She wants to be pursued. Dating may be over, but pursuit should never end. So dating may be over, pursuit should never end. And that's for now. Please, is that yes, 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 yes for the ladies? I'm seeing thumbs up. Okay.
I want to say about the finance aspect of it. I feel like, you can be dealing with your problems, but if you send me on vacation, say, okay, no, I'll go and spend my money. Like, you can be dealing with your emotion. I will deal with the emotion when we get there. We'll come back. We can face. I feel like the finance part of, okay, if you're emotionally stressed, and even if you're giving her money, it doesn't really, I can understand that part, but I feel like there are ways we can work around that and all that. So.
Thank you. So I'm going to ask some questions, and please, in the audience, you have something to say. Yes.
Yeah. Before the questions. Okay. Before the questions, it's about the financial thingy. So we read it in the book that says, so a survey was conducted, and it kind of shows that if a lady was asked to pick between financial insecurity and emotional insecurity, it's kind of like 80-20%. 80 being they will prefer emotional security over financial security. And I want to ask, like, do you guys really want that? Like, do you think it's true? Especially the percentage difference, like 80-20. It's not 60-40, it's 80-20. That means ladies are more on financial aspects over, more on emotional aspects over financial security. Yep.
Okay. So emotional security is really important in the sense that one of the things we've discussed is we want you guys to listen to us, right? So if we feel like we can come to you with how we're feeling and our emotions are safe with you, that is really, really important. Now that 20% of financial security, in the world that we live in today, both men and women are working, right? So there's that leeway of, okay, if I want flowers and he's not buying me flowers, I'll get myself the flowers. So there's just that little bit of the financial aspect women can deal with themselves these days that maybe was not as prominent in the past, where it was like men are the breadwinners, men are the ones that go to work and women stay home. So that's how I would answer that.
I just wanted to add to respect to, you know, when the Bible said a man that cannot provide for his family is worse than an infidel. I feel like there's just the pressure on men to constantly provide, like to constantly push them. We don't need you to we need the provision, but it's not like the most important thing that because we can, like she said, we can work for our money. We are educated in this day and age. We all went to school. We can work with our hands. We can do things. But you being there, the affirmation, the emotional support, like constantly, it's,
Also provision.
I know, but it's the financial, I'm talking about the financial aspect of it. So you can provide in other ways and not just money. That's what we're saying.
And I think
Okay,
just to buttress what you're saying, if this will help. And ladies, let me know. If we're saying the same thing here. A woman would rather have you reduce the number of hours you're working and spend time with her.
The thing is, you guys would say yes. You guys would say yes, but I feel like if push comes to shove, you guys will be like, how come you're working 10 hours a week and you're making this amount of money? So I'm going to ask a practical question now. So, for example, you are with this guy and then you desire, let's say, a designer shoe, and you're like, oh, babe, oh my God, I love this shoe so much. I wish I could get it. Oh my God. And the babe is like, oh, I wish you could get it also. That's it. Like, and it just ends the discussion like that. Like, he's there for you emotionally. He's on with you also. But, won't you prefer, like,
we'll buy the shoe together. We'll do 50-50.
Buy the shoes.
I'll say that I have $150 for the shoe. How much money can you give me for the shoe so we can buy it together? That's a practical way.
No, the thing is,
yes.
do you actually say that?
Yes.
Because the 50-50 mentality with finances is
It's
gone.
not 50-50 though. I didn't say it was 50-50 that will, you bring 100, I bring 100. Here's what I have. What do you have for the shoe so that we can get it together? Yeah.
I have my emotional support.
That's emotional support, not financial support.
If you only have emotional support for a shoe, I'll be worried, like, if there's other bigger issues. Now, it's more than just the shoe.
So, you cannot...
Let's have...
Just wait, let's hear from her.
Yeah.
Can I have...
We have two. Yeah.
Wait, let's hear from her.
Praise the Lord. I think that if I want something I feel we can't afford yet, say that, you're telling me it doesn't get it, it's not inside your mind. I want to know that you genuinely want me to have that thing, even while we are waiting to afford it. I want to see intention. We might not have the money yet, that's fine, but I want to know that if I have the money, I will buy you the best things in life. Do you get?
So how can we show that aside
All right. Yeah, sorry. I think there was someone else in the... Yes, Jane.
Yeah, Jane.
So, I just wanted to say that you telling me, why don't you buy the shoe yourself? That's not emotional support. That's you bashing me, bro. Like, you are making the emotions worse. You understand? So, what you can say is like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Maybe you could say, I don't have that money yet, right? But can I bring this amount of money? What do you have? Like, what do you want to say? You telling me, it's like someone saying, I have a bad day. Say, hey, yeah,
go and sleep. Like, that's not what you want to hear, right? So you are disregarding my emotions by saying that, you can buy it yourself. That's like you are not listening to what I'm saying. That's like
Okay. I want to add to that, like what she said about you don't even have to give me the money. If I say, okay, I want to buy this, and let's say the amount is like $500, and at the time we can't afford it. As a man, I expect you to say, okay, we can't afford it right now. Can you give me this amount of time? Can you, like, there's something we are working towards. Like, there's an end goal. Not like, oh, sorry, you can't. Like, that one, you're already like. But if you're saying, this is what I have, or this is what I don't have, but this is what we can get in the space of 3 to 4 months. I know I'm working towards that. I know, okay, in the next 4 months or whatever, I can get it. But if you're not giving me any number, nothing, you just say, you're adding more to my emotional trauma.
Can I just point something out? Yeah. I feel like this convo is happening in the context of you already have a woman. When we talk about women selecting men, I don't think women, like, before the woman selects you to the point where you are the person I want to get emotional connection from, when women are selecting, like, just general marketplace, a lot of that is based on the financial stuff. Like, you're telling your guys, okay.
Like... We have 2 women that are in the market. Let's go ahead and let's...
Like, women, genuinely, are you sieving through men only based on emotional connection?
Let's hear.
Sorry, say that again.
So you're asking that when we are selecting, are we selecting based on finances?
Are you selecting based on emotional connection first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't lie.
Okay, I'll answer.
Well, yes, you have to see who looks good. What are they wearing? How are they wearing it? That's how we'll decide. So if we see that, you're dressing well, and we can see, okay, maybe he has a Gucci glasses. Yeah. Then we'll be able to decide, yes, finance. We're not saying that finances is not important. It's very, very important. However, finances with lack of emotional support is worse than finances with emotional support.
I would say this. What? Okay. I feel like the emotional part is very important. Because one, you are able to connect to each other. In your relationship, you're secure with each other. You have the communication there. When the money comes in, it's just an addition. The thing, I don't know where I heard this from, but God has a certain amount that He will give to you for your whole life, but He's going to give you in seasons. It's not going to be all at once. So there is a time coming where the money is not going to be there. But how you connect, you're communicating with each other, that's where it really shows how you guys value each other. Because the money, you enjoy it. Like, it will come. So I feel like the emotional part is more important.
Okay, see, I'm going to be more practical now so we could hit the nail. I've seen a lot of ladies checking out some guys. And they'll check, that she's wearing, nah, it's not, there's no money in it. And they'll check the watch, they'll check the dressing. And if you guys are scaling first by money and finance, why then you say it's emotional first and you don't care about the money?
We didn't say that, though.
Because from what I'm saying that because a young man approaches you and is talking to you, is interested, and you weigh him first, like, nah, nothing is coming up for me. I can't even continue. But you've not even checked his heart. You've not shared a vision with him.
And the young man is
no. Sorry, I'm gonna jump in here.
Because
Sorry.
The guys, am I communicating?
Sorry. Because I was once in the marketplace before Mercy found me, right? So here's the thing. I'm going to be practical. When my husband and I first spoke, right, from the first day, I think mentally I knew, okay, this person, it's not as if it was giving me anything. I was making money in dollars. It was making money in naira. Like naira and dollar, we can see the difference, right? But then again, there was a connection there from day one. I remember the first day I met him, sorry, there's this shoe he was wearing. I swear to God. If I was in Nigeria and that was the first night, so I'd probably be like, oh, God, let's talk about this shoe. Let's talk about this.
Because she didn't see it.
I didn't see the shoe. But then again, babe, it's not really about the shoe per se. There was some, and I feel like it's just us as women trying to change our mindset. Like, it's not about what the man have at the moment. What is he bringing to the table? Is there a vision? There are people that have vision and the vision is too far from reach. It's more like, okay, this is what I have as a man. This is what I'm presenting. A woman that is ready to settle down will not look for money first. That's the least of their problem, because God can provide. We serve a God that can provide every and anything. So as a man, if all you're looking for is, let me make the money so I can look good, so that the women will look at me, you're missing it. You probably miss the women that don't even have, that they are not even meant to be in your life, because all your life you've been working to provide, to do this, to do that, and we are not looking at that. The Christian ladies we are raising right now, it's not money.
Okay.
I want to add to
what I
this,
think about this is women kind of, there is something I saw one time online that a lady says that her husband have been feeding her promises. Like when she met this guy, it was like, don't worry, you want this, we're going to get there, I'm working towards it, look at my future, you see how hard I'm working. And then I think he promised that like in the next 3 years, they're going to travel out of the country. I think the ladies in Nigeria, 3 years, 5 years, they were still in the country. And now she's lamenting, she's like, you know what, women out there, don't fall for guys' promises. When you see a man, make sure he's self-made, make sure he has what make sure he has what you want, like the finances is up there already, like no one should go after promises anymore. So now my question now is, and what can guys that actually, we are working on promises, like we know we are going to get there. And now the thing is, Toluwane said financial stuff is better than, financial without emotion is better than emotion without finance. But my question is going to be financial without emotion, or emotion, lots of it. Because what you'll notice is the guys without the finance are really emotional. Emotions, it's not trying, no, it was a joke.
Are you speaking for the guys?
No, it was a joke. Come on, guys, it was a joke.
He's a guy. Are you speaking for the guys?
It was a joke. So now it's gonna be. I'm still like on my question that says, if you had to pick financial security over emotional security, or emotional security over financial security, meeting a guy. Now this time you guys are not married. You are meeting him, and this is what you see he has to offer. Like, what would you guys go for?
I just want to, as we move on to the other parts of the book, I want to say this. First, I want every man here to actually believe the answer you just got today. That the truth is, a woman that is worth bringing home, a woman that is worth being called your wife, is not someone that would evaluate you based on money alone. If a woman out there is evaluating you based on money alone, we can guarantee you that that woman will always put you under pressure. She will always put you under pressure, because you will always want to get more to please her. And the truth is, you can never get enough.
Sorry, so let me just, before you just finish. Yeah. So does it mean that if I like a lady and we'll start talking, and she's then, take me out, buy me this, buy me that, should I stay away from her, that she doesn't value me, she just wants what I can give to her?
Saying. No, that's what I'm saying at all.
So from what you're saying, her focus shouldn't be what I can give to her now. Her focus should be what I could bring to the table or give to her later.
My focus to every man
I'm speaking for the single guys now.
My focus to every man is, if a woman is evaluating you based on your I didn't say if she's asking you for things. I said if she's evaluating you based on what you have now. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, when you're deciding to go on a journey with someone, you need to have an understanding, why are they going on a journey with you? If the reason she's going on a journey with you is because you have money, and that's it, check it. That's all I can say. Check that reason, right? Because you will always have to meet up to that expectation all the time. Now, for the women, it's also a lesson for us, I would say, in the sense that if you are going to go and decide to marry a man and it's only because of finances, I want you to understand what that would mean also for you. Because it's possible that indeed, maybe some aspects of your needs may be neglected because now you've put this pressure on this man because you want him to keep making more and more and more money. And we already know it, that money will not meet all of our needs, right? There are some needs that can never be bought with money.
But sorry,
That being said,
how can you be so poor that you can't buy ice cream or Dorama candy? Like, if you're talking about money, how can, sorry, it was just a joke we had here, and I said, let me share. Like,
I know some guys are planning their future and they're trying to save the little they have. I feel the ladies should also, if the ladies say they'll understand the emotion, understand, I'm just speaking for the guys, we are together. No. The ladies should be able to understand that, okay, I've been with several ladies that I know they're nice and they are good. There are some that will always come first and ask you, oh, please come and buy me something. Oh, can't you just buy me? You know how ladies, can't you just buy me this and all that? And I've been with some ladies that don't even ask, instead of ask you, oh, what are you planning? Should I give to add to what you have? So I'm just saying that most time for the guys, for my brothers, if we are always drawn back when the lady is saying she wants emotion, but we talk one, twice, try, and she's saying, can we just go? But I am trying to do this for myself. I'm trying to structure my life. Can't you reason with me that, since you're planning this, let's focus on the future and,
I have a question for the ladies after this. But one thing I would say, I'm going to share maybe a personal example. A guy asked me out to go on a date with him. He wasn't my husband. And we went on the date, and I was working at the time. I went to a place, and I ordered food, and I can pay for that food. But I really wanted to see, will this man pay for me? Not because I wanted his money, but I wanted to see, what kind of man are you? Are you the stingy type? Or even, because the thing is, if at this time where there are no emotional commitments, nothing, you are asking me, can we go out somewhere? Can we go out? Let's go eat. And then at that point in time, we are not even committed to each other yet. Can you be kind enough to pay for my meal? And that was really it. It's a kindness test. Not because I want you to shower me with. Do you get what I mean? It was a kindness test. And I was looking, and the guy was like, so are you going to pay? Or something like that. And I was just looking, I was like, do you want me to pay? I can pay. Do you get what I mean? And like, do you want me to pay for you too? At the end of the day, no. See, at the end of the day, I paid for both of us.
Wow.
That man is not coming back.
yeah, never.
But here is the thing. Here's the thing. I paid to make a statement. I paid to say, it's not that. It's not about your money. It's about, are you kind? Right? So sometimes when a woman, not every woman, I repeat, this is not a generalization. There are truly some women out there that are very materialistic. There are some women out there that indeed all they want is for you to buy me this, buy me this, and all of that. It's true. That being said, majority of the women, when they are pushing or saying something, it's truly to find out, what kind of man are you? Right? And if at that point in time you tell the lady, oh, I can't afford this, but, nonetheless, I got you this flower. If the girl would say the story anywhere, she would say, he couldn't afford this, but at least he gave me this flower. I hope that helps. Yeah. Okay.
Let me just say something before you go. I believe men, I'm speaking for the brothers now, the guys will love understanding. And as much as we want to show you that we love you and we value you, sometimes it's part of who we are in the beauty. We can't just tell you we don't have money. We can't tell you that, explain situations how it is. We want you to try to understand, trust us enough to understand that we love you, and we would go the extra mile. And when the money comes, definitely we will do just that. But most times, what we've seen, what we've experienced is that immediately that happens, the first or second time, the lady just draws back. And that affects us as guys. Yeah, I'm just airing that out too. Okay.
Go ahead.
Guys, well, this book was supposed to be about understanding women, understanding men. I don't think it was necessarily a book about dating, but I will just throw it out there for guys. Women will say what women will say. If you don't have, don't date. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to be like, oh, but understand me. Like,
Okay.
king, work on yourself. Like,
Okay.
king, because see, let's not lie. My initial question actually was, I know women see emotional connection as very important. That was not my question. What I was saying is there is a pre-selection process that happens before you become the person they want to connect to and give them the connection. And with the way the world is set up, if you don't have resources, you most likely would not get seen in that radar. And I don't think that's a thing. Personally, I don't know if there are guys that want to argue against that. You can. I'm not arguing against that.
Yeah, the guys, I think give it to a guy, please. Let me hear a brother out. Let me hear a brother out.
Hello?
No, like brothers have not spoken since.
Hello?
Now I've been waiting to see a hand. I've just been waiting to see a hand.
Okay. All right. Oh, you still have a question, right? Okay. So, all right, let's have Kofo, and right after, yes, and then we'll have Daniel's question. Yes.
I just want to say that I pray that whatever experiences, hello. I pray that whatever experiences you guys have had that has eroded your mindset to be adamant about finance first and every other thing second. I pray that it doesn't stick.
Amen.
I pray that you see beyond that.
Amen.
Because just like Pastor Mrs. said, the genuine person for you would not look at finances first. It will be part of it, but that won't be the main. So I hope that you, because I don't know, I feel like sometimes when we talk about provision, we only talk about the money. Just like what Precious was saying, there are a lot of things that comes with that word provision. It's not just money. Now you focus, imagine if, they say that men love your wife like Christ. Imagine if Christ, the only thing Christ did was to give us money. Just imagine if that's the only thing he did was, money. There we go. What about the part where he had to die for our sins? What about the part where he had to speak to us? What about the part where he had to advise us and be there for us? And he even told us that he's going to go. He was communicating all the way. Those are still provision. That when he comes back, he's going to bring the Holy Spirit. Imagine that level of communication. That is still provision. Where you are providing comfort, you are providing your words, you are providing your actions. You are not just providing money. Because if that's the only thing, look at what God is doing now. There are a lot of women that have money. Money. So if you are coming in thinking you only have to provide money, by the time you get there, you will find out that you don't have any other thing to provide, and that will not be good. So equip yourself enough, not just money. There are good women would not only look at your finances, that lot of things, that the emotional part that they're talking about that you don't want to believe. Believe it, oh. Believe it, oh. It is really, really dear to our hearts. That emotional part is really dear to us. So I just pray that you see, when the Bible says that love like the way Christ loved, you actually see how Christ loved, and you see that he didn't give us a check. He gave us way beyond that. What he gave us, sorry? Yeah, but it was, you did he give you money? That's a different type of provision. That's still what we are saying. There are different levels to provision. There are different types. There are different grades of it. So if focusing on just money is you shortchanging yourself, because God is doing marvelous things in everybody's life in such a way that as a woman, you can even provide as well. So if you as a man are just coming with that mindset of providing money, I was watching, I can't even remember what I was watching. I'm so sorry. I think it was Sarah Jakes something, where they were having a women conference thing. And she invited some women and then their husband. And these women that she invited are very wealthy women. And then there was this particular woman that is so rich. And her husband said the first problem he had was because he thought, again, he had to provide. he came into this marriage with a woman earning like ×3 of what he has, and he found out that he doesn't know what to do with himself. And I was like, how sad that your whole existence was just based on one thing. And then God now pitch you with someone that has that one thing. Isn't that something for you to think as a lesson that, wait a minute, maybe that's not my whole existence? So that's just what I want to say.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll have some kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, so firstly, I think what I can agree with him about is that ideally, I'm going to preface my opinion by saying ideally, because obviously there are people of different shades and different whatever. So women have that first filter to kind of select for things before going to the next step, like a first bus stop per se. But I think the best proxy for like financial independence is ambition and hard work. So I feel if they can, like they look for signals, because you can't necessarily assess or like project someone's future from like meeting them the first time. So if they see, okay, how he thinks, what's his level of ambition, is he hardworking? Because I think if you fixate too much on like the financial, like the number aspect of it, is like a breeding ground for insecurity. Because in this day and age we live, like if that's how you measure your worth, there are women like that will earn like throughout your career, you're earning 500,000, someone's earning 700,000. Like you now tell yourself you're not doing well. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And even like in these early stages, like that you haven't yet necessarily like bred the fruits of, like, you know, you're financially there. I think the most or the best signal they can look at is how hardworking is he, how ambitious is he, and like even if you don't have money, but like how does your mind work? Like these days, you don't have to go to like a $500 like restaurant to take someone out. Like the women who have the right mindset, if they can see he thinks the right way, and like he can still take charge and initiative in like doing all those kind of like paying, but like you don't have to break the bank. But like as long as they can project like how far, like where does he see himself going, I think that's like the best like to assess them long term basically.
All right.
Because of the...
Yeah, thanks so much for the contribution. But I have a question concerning a party we're not even pitching or speaking about. As the party of the fellow whose only way of communication before marriage is finance, or he doesn't know how to communicate emotionally, because emotionally now is intangible. Like you don't need to have the substance, physical substance to communicate emotionally. Like now, a guy who maybe he's unmarried, he owns a bank, he has the resources, like he knows how to communicate, he loves you, but he's not meeting your needs emotionally because he does not know how to do it, or he cannot do it. Or he just wants to express he still loves you, maybe he gets you a wristwatch and he, as his pilot, fly it into your own place and deliver it to you in a very beautiful way. He believes it should be beautiful and very, very compelling. Like he has the finance, but how do you now help that person?
I have one thing to say about this.
Yeah.
If someone's only way of communication is through money, then that's an issue that he needs to work on within himself. It's not the woman's responsibility to change that about him, and maybe he should reevaluate if he's ready to be looking for a wife if he does not have the ability to emotionally communicate. If vulnerability is an issue for you, then you're not ready to get married, because in marriage, everything is laid bare.
Let me just add it. For times we are running short. It's not as if the man cannot communicate emotionally, but he says that the best way he could express himself is with his finance. How can you help that? I think that's where you're coming from.
Resources.
Yeah.
It's just his resources.
I just want to add, because again, we apologize for the time. If Pastor IT would like to have this 2.0 of this debate, we can have it another time. I want to put it out some way that someone explained this to me one time, is that all your life you know how to speak English, but by God's benevolence, your wife now speaks French. And you have been so used to speaking in English, and that's the way that you understand. Now, the question is, now that you have a woman that speaks French, how is it going to work for both of you? because you have money, maybe you can get an interpreter, right? Because, maybe that's what you would learn first. The main thing I'm trying to bring out from that analogy is you are willing to learn her language. You're willing to understand her, and you're willing to make sure that what you are communicating is being heard. Communication is not just about speaking. It's about making sure that what you're saying is being heard. So your efforts now is no longer about the fact that you cannot communicate. It's about ensuring that what you're communicating is heard by that person, and that the understanding that the person is getting is also what you are actually communicating. If what you are saying is not what they are understanding, then change that communication. Thank you. All right.
All right.
We are time.
Yeah, we are so sorry. We will have to cut
Let's
this
clap
now.
for it. Let's clap.
Yeah, for time's sake, please let's appreciate.
Let's appreciate them.
both.
Thank you so much.